I can't tell you how much it feels to be back, in Ohio, more importantly, back in OAC. As every coach here already knows, and ones that maybe come to the OAC already know that this is a very difficult conference. As we've already heard several coaches already mention that in our hearts, we truly believe this is the top Division III conference in the nation. And I played in this conference, I coached in this conference for quite a few years. So coming back to the OAC is great. I left, I coached with Coach Paul at Hollow for 5 years and left to continue to grow as a coach. I went to Canadian Football League and down to the mountains of Virginia. And this opportunity is definitely a blessing. So I definitely have to thank Tim and everything you do there, but the staff at Wilmington, with the new president, his new direction, his vision for the future, and bringing me in here and allow me to do what I feel I'm supposed to be doing at this time. I've been in Ohio all my life, for the most part, playing for the Browns and going to school at Ohio Lord University and born and raised Columbus, Ohio. And I used to think that our winters here were, fairly cold. After coaching a couple of years in CFL in Alberta, let me tell you, you don't have a clue what cold is. So no words complaining about the weather up in Northeast Ohio and all that, because trust me, it gets a whole lot colder out there. Again, I'm excited about the new direction of Wilmington College and the vision the president has put forth for the college, and not just for the football program, but for the whole college itself. I think that the changes that he's made and continue to make, and what you'll see over the next few years, it's going to be obvious. I think I've come in, and my goal is real simple. Unlike Vince over at Mount Union, where he wants things to be the same. At Wilmington, everything's going to be different. I tell you right now, we made a lot of changes, and our players will definitely be different. I think across the board in our athletic department, things are going to be different. I think we come in with a new offensive philosophy, new defensive philosophy. Our whole coaching staff is new. And the way we think and how we go about business is definitely different. Starting on defense, very fortunate that our defensive line will return, 3 seniors and 2 all-conference guys at it. That will be the strength of our defense. Donnie Airy as our nose guard, he's a special one, so I'm very happy to have those guys on our defense. We have a couple linebackers that were starters, and I'm actually, again, making a lot of changes. I'm moving a couple guys around. Some guys that started at the linebacker position that had that experience playing in OAC, so we will have competition at the linebacker position. And also in the secondary, we do return a couple young men that were starters for us, and we bring in some other guys that maybe play the backup role, but we will have competition at every single position. So that's my goal. That's the only way for us to get better. Offensively, we do return 10 starters. I think that's a good thing, but again, in order for us to get better, I got to have competition. And I think our O-line is probably not our strongest point, but it will be better this year. There's no doubt. They're better now than it was when I took over in January. We got some very good skilled guys out there that I'm very happy about, happy to have back, and probably most importantly, anytime you take over a program and you're going to go through a rebuilding process, it's very important that you have a true leader, one that everybody respects, one that everybody looks to for guidance, and our quarterback. He's a 4-year starter. And I got to tell you, this young man's amazing. You come from a team that was 1-9, won 1 game in 3 years. It's kind of, you figure you want to change everything, but that's not always the case. And he's going to learn his 3rd offense in 4 years. And normally that would be a very difficult thing to do. But when I took over in January and watching this young man in our conditioning, all-season conditioning, and how hard he worked and how other players were kind of, looking at him for leadership. And then in the weight room, you would think he's a quarterback. How hard he worked in the quarterback. He's one of the hardest working guys that we have on our team. And he's also one of the better baseball players we have on our team as well. So when we have our all-season practices, he's at baseball. So he can't come to meetings, so he's at baseball practice and he's at baseball games and things like that. But when he didn't have a game, when he didn't have practice, he came out and he practiced with us. And watching him, it's almost as if he came to every meeting, didn't miss a beat. So Brandon Arehart is our returning quarterback this year, be a 4-year starter. And I am thankful, very thankful to have this opportunity to go through the rebuilding process with a leader at the quarterback position, because that's what it takes, somebody of his caliber. All that he's done, and he still ends up with a 4.0 GPA. I think his overall GPA is just under 4.0, so very intelligent. And I've coached a lot of very smart players in the past. He's one of the smartest ones I've been around, and that says a lot because Howard Northern is very strong academically. So we're very happy to have him back leading our offense, and brought in our new offensive coordinator, Coach Forrest, Greg Forrest, and you guys know him. Many years at Cincinnati with Coach Kelly, many years back in when they were at Grand Valley together. So we got a quality offensive coordinator that's very excited to work with Brandon. So this year for me is, I can't wait. I'm coach, kind of like Dean Paul, maybe it's that Howard Northern thing, but I can't wait. I'm ready to get started. And next week can't come fast enough, because it will be something different. I can tell you that right now for Wilmington. But I thank everybody for giving me this opportunity and for listening. I know it's getting later in the afternoon, almost the afternoon here, and people are getting hungry, but thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I considered going far away. I took a few visits and whatnot, but I mean, in the end, the decision was easy. To tell you a story, starting my junior year, Wilmington College's field and Wilmington High School, they both shared a contract where Wilmington High School played on Wilmington College's field for every home game. So it was an easy decision coming from a football player, going to a college, and you still kept that hometown feeling because, hey, every single home game for the next 4 years, I'm still playing on the same field that I've played throughout my high school career. So I mean, it was an easy decision. I took visits, but when it came down to it, my heart was still in Wilmington. And I mean, when it comes to the pro, it's awful nice to have mom right across the town to do laundry for you and stuff too. So, no, but like I said, it was an easy decision, and I have no regrets, and it's been the best 4 years of my life. As soon as Coach Hairston stepped on campus, the attitude changed. It was a matter of finding that right leadership in the head spot, and I think we did that with Coach Hairston. As soon as he got there, everybody's attitude changed. You could tell just by walking across campus that there was new leadership at Wilmington College. It was a matter of everybody weeding out the people that didn't really want to be there, but we found bright guys that did want to be there just because of the way his leadership is and the way the rest of the staff is. Even though I was at baseball, I showed up, like Coach Hairston said, I showed up as much as I could, but in that weight room, the attitude to get better, the attitude to improve was just so much different, and it's for the better. It was a matter of everybody getting on that same page, and I think we found that this year.
You also mentioned your grade point average, which now I understand you haven't had any B's, you just have an A minus. When you have a when he has a bad term, he gets an A minus. That's pretty incredible grade point average, and you're also a baseball player, and you're a biology major. I want to know how you do all that to the quality that you do, and what you'd like to do with that biology major.
When I first started out, what I plan on doing with my bio major is I plan on going to med school. I'm in the application process right now, so granted I got to get accepted somewhere. So that's the big next step, just get accepted to med school. Just get asked to have that interview process, and I think I can win them over. But the attitude it was instilled at an early age. My parents taught me at a very early age to strive for success in everything they did, and they showed me how to do that. So by the time I got to college, it was easy for me. It was a matter of, I've practiced it all my life. I was a multi-sport athlete all my life, and I never got a B throughout high school or grade school either. So it was instilled at an early age, and I'm thankful for my parents, and that's honestly where I got it from.